Hi Geeks, it's Andrea and I am here with Josh. Today we are doing a video that I feel is pretty long overdue. We are counting down 10 games that we feel desperately need a sequel. There are several that I wanted to add that have actually already had a sequel, for example Left 4 Dead 2 or Dark Cloud 2. So we're not going to be adding any series games sadly. I promise we will. I already have one mostly written. Anyway, we're doing 10 of these today, but I have a huge list of them. So if you want to see more of these sometime, let me know. And be sure to tell us which games you want to see sequels to in the comments below. Even series games, we're very interested. Alright geeks, let's go.
10. Blur. This one is a bit heartbreaking to us because there was a sequel started, but the dev team was shut down by Activision, so the chance of this game ever being brought back to life is unfortunately low. It isn't even available to purchase on Steam anymore, unfortunately, so we can't even send you there to buy it. If you've never played Blur before, it's an incredibly fun racing game. The simplest way we can describe it is a more mature Mario Kart. That might sound a bit weird, but the way power-ups work and how natural the controls work, that really is the best description we can give you.
9.
Viscera Cleanup Detail. Here's a game that I have been playing a lot of lately. Viscera Cleanup Detail is one that you might remember from being on one of our weird games lists recently. I know this game isn't even a year old, so you might think it's a little weird to be on this list, but it's a game that I actually really do love, and I could see having a pretty epic sequel when the time is right. There are a few elements to the game, for example, the footprints, that I feel could have been done a little bit differently. That isn't saying that the game isn't absolutely perfect as it is. I would just really love a sequel with a lot of new levels and maybe some new tools. I guess the same could be done in a DLC, but I'm looking towards the future here on this one. I can definitely see this becoming a video game series and not just a one-off.
8. Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus is definitely nothing like any of the other games on this list. While playing, you won't find any dungeons to crawl through or random enemies to level up on. In Shadow of the Colossus, you'll do a lot of traveling between the only enemies of the game, the Colossi. These are giant boss battles that you'll fight one at a time, discovering each of their weaknesses and exactly how you have to kill them. It's a pretty old game, so it would be nice to see what massive fights they can make on this gen.
7. Geist.
Here's one of the older games on this list. I don't know if I've actually met another person who has played this, but it is actually a really good game. I guess it isn't too surprising considering Nintendo did have their hands in it, and they generally don't put out bad games. Just because it is a Nintendo title does not mean it's a typical Nintendo game. Geist is one of the 2 unrated Nintendo titles on this list. I'm sure some of you can guess which one the other one's going to be. In Geist, you play as a soldier who dies and can now possess people and objects. Unfortunately, in space, the developers that made the game alongside Nintendo has closed their doors, but because Nintendo owns the title itself, it could, in theory, have a sequel or even a remake, but unfortunately, it really doesn't seem that likely.
6. Sleeping Dogs. If you like open world games like GTA, Just Cause, Saints Row, or any of the other great games in that category, you definitely need to check out Sleeping Dogs. In Sleeping Dogs, you play as an undercover police officer in Hong Kong, so you have to keep up appearances on both sides, sort of. Anyway, Square Enix hasn't publicly announced any kind of sequel or anything like that. There was some MMO spin-off that was cancelled, but let's be honest, that would not have been a sequel. It's like saying Elder Scrolls Online was a sequel to the Elder Scrolls series, and you know what? Not even gonna touch that one. Let's go on.
5. BMXXXX.
I feel like there are going to be some seriously mixed feelings about this one, but I absolutely love BMXXXX. I get that it's called BMXXXX and it's banned on Twitch and everything, but you know, I was a very little girl when this game came out, and I played it on my brother's GameCube all the time. I never really saw this as an inappropriate game. I knew about unlocking strip clubs or something, but I honestly don't even remember that being nude. I feel like they were in their underwear. I guess it could have been, and I just don't remember it. I know you could take your biker's shirt off, but you don't have to do that. And I don't think you could wear a skirt without panties or anything like that. I was a kid, so I'm sure I tried. I always used the skirt anyway, and I remember there being panties. Okay, no more talking about the nakedness of this game. People overall really hated BMXXXX, and I feel like the reason for that is that people didn't look past the crude jokes and what I've already mentioned before. A lot of the people that hated it probably never even actually played the game. That's kind of how these things go though. The game itself was a lot of fun. If you've never played it and you like the thug or skate games, I highly recommend checking this out. If there was a sequel, I would pick it up immediately.
4. Brutal Legend. If you love Jack Black and haven't played Brutal Legend, you should really get on that. Actually, there were so many rock stars and celebrities featured in this game that almost anyone will probably find someone they love on the list. I know it's hard to believe, but Brutal Legend came out 7 long years ago. I sadly didn't even know Andrea then. I feel like it's been long enough for us to be given a great sequel to this amazing game. There have been some talks about it over the last year, so they could be working on it right now for all we know.
3. Okami.
If this game never gets a sequel, then there is something really, really wrong in this world. Well, there's a lot wrong. Anyway, Okami was such a great and unique concept to a game. I remember it being one of my favorite games at the time that it came out. There was a sequel for the DS in 2011, but that does not count. I don't know whether it's unpopular to say or not, but I really don't consider handheld releases to be legit sequels. Whether it's PS Vita or 3DS, I don't consider it to be part of the series. I have a feeling that that could upset a few people, but it's honestly how I feel. I'm not saying that they're bad systems. I do enjoy playing on them. I just prefer the big screen, I guess. I played it when it first came out on PlayStation 2. I know it came out on Wii, and I'm sure that it's mind-blowing and that's how it should be played, but I haven't had a Wii for several years. So who wants to buy me a Wii U and Okami? Oh, alright, fine.
2. The Last of Us. Now, before we get into anything, a lot of people are pretty sure that The Last of Us is already getting a sequel. Plenty of questions have been asked in interviews that look like this is something that we could see within the next few years. Fingers crossed. It's very likely that it's already being worked on right now. The Last of Us was one of the best games from 2013 and easily one of my favorite games of all time.
1. Eternal Darkness.
If you've watched a couple of our other countdowns or know me at all, then I guess this was a bit of an obvious choice. Eternal Darkness is and will always be one of my favorite games of all time. Although a sequel has been attempted several times on Kickstarter, it has never been able to raise enough money for them to fully create the game. There's already been a lot of work done on Shadow of the Eternals, and you can even watch some nice gameplay trailers. It looks beautiful. There have been rumors about Nintendo backing the game and a remake of the original, but there has been no proof to back the rumors at all. If you haven't played the original, do yourself a favor and do it. You will thank me for making you.
Alright geeks, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. If you're interested in more, let us know down below. And if you aren't subscribed to us yet, make sure to hit that button. Oh, and don't forget to like and share with your friends. Alright geeks, we'll see you next time.